So today's level review is going to be on a level that I haven't really seen many people talk about, and that level is going to be JeonGi by Levy06. This is an entry extreme demon that's themed around electricity and technology, and I have a couple things to talk about it, so let's just get right into the review. So first off, I'll talk about the decoration, and this is the part of the video where I have the least to really talk about. A lot of the parts in JeonGi boil down to just it looks fine, but it's a bit uninteresting and slightly lacking at worst. For example, here's the drop part of the level. While it matches the climax of the song very well, and it does feel like you're actually in a rush to get through these parts, which I like a lot, I can overlook that the decoration here just feels a bit lazy. This is literally just a white block and some glow, and there's really nothing of sustenance here at all. And while this part does have some small but cool effects, they really don't look good overall because they're paired with the most bland block design imaginable. So yeah, no matter how good these effects are, they're not going to influence the level positively because they're paired up with some block designs that are just straight up bland. This problem can be said for most of the level, I would say, with the only exception being this ball part. While yes, it does suffer from that subpar detail in the block design, I think this part can be excused as the blocks perfectly match the looks of the circuit background that the level has. And it also just adds a layer of depth to the theming. I will give the decoration of this level one thing, and that's that it does a great job at using electricity and technology to enhance its theming, in terms of decoration at least. Like, if you look at this part, for example, I think the electricity is used really well here. It works very fluidly, and it overall just enhances that part pretty well. However, I'm not gonna let that undermine that this level's pure, like, block design is just pretty basic, a bit too basic in my opinion. Onto the gameplay, and this is where I have a much more positive outlook on the level. I adore JeonGi's gameplay so much. Everything flows and syncs super well and just feels so satisfying to pull off in a run. The drop part especially is really good gameplay-wise, as despite it being really fast, which normally makes it hard to play in most levels, on this level, it's perfectly syncing to the song, which means it makes the level just a breeze to pull off, and of course makes this part one of the most enjoyable parts to play in JeonGi. The beginning and end are also perfectly balanced, so the level isn't annoying to beat or play from zero. It's pretty free at the end, it's pretty free at the beginning, it just turns into a lot less rage, and it's just a major positive for the level. If I had to do some real nitpicking with the gameplay, I guess this part here might have been slightly too hard, and this wave part is especially really hard to navigate as the bounciness distorts how large you think the gap here actually is, so you think it's a lot wider than it is. It's actually a really tight part. But these two parts do get really consistent, even if there are a bit of a difficulty increase, so it's not really a big issue. It was a short review, but that's all I really need to say and have to say about the level. So on that note, I will be giving it an 8 out of 10. While the decoration is a 5 out of 10 at best, the gameplay completely makes up for that and boosts its overall score tremendously. You might be wondering why I'm not like just taking an average from the decoration and gameplay, but that's because personally I think better gameplay is the more important factor in the level. I will value good gameplay way more than I'll value good decoration, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I've started to only review levels I've beaten, because it just allows for a much more accurate review, going with how I want to review levels. Anyways, I didn't mention it, but the song also boosts the score. I forgot to mention it in the main part of the video, as this is probably the best fitted theme for the Electroman Adventure song, even if it's a remake of the song. So yeah, I also praise JeonGi for that. So, I highly recommend JeonGi. It's a great first, second, or third extreme demon, or if you just want to play easier extremes, this is a perfect one to do, no matter what your skill set is. Anyways, thanks for watching, consider subscribing if you enjoyed, Discord server links in the description, and peace.